Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I'm your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid close to Bral.
Hi everyone, I'm Dakamisama and I play Solas Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hey, I'm James. I play.
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Hello?
Yep.
I'm used to the old order.
Well, go ahead. I'm happy to let you go first.
you go ahead.
You start.
Go ahead.
In order of Discord, it's easier
All
that
right.
way. We'll get used to it.
All right. Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Bral.
Always easy for me because I'm always last. I was last in the school register, and it's last in the Spelljammer game. You know, there's a bit of a running theme there in my life. Yeah, hi, I'm Sackett. I play Lafdul, Moonglade, and Elven multi-class specialty priest and thief multi. Why am I doubling up on the same words? From Realm Space. His gimmick is coming out with titles every week as part of being a mischief maker, as to reinvent oneself or, change the status quo. So his current title is the squarely scheming, soul-seeking shoplifter.
Nice.
And
you may be last, but you are most definitely not least. You definitely do a lot for the party.
So Lafdul is dressed up as a squirrel, yes?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's canon now. So, for viewers, and thank you very much for those 100 bits for Lafdul's title, Anghammarand. For those who wish to give the players a bonus in play, 500 bits will get the player or dungeon master of your choice a reroll. Now, they have to be in this game, so you can't give it to a dungeon master who's not in this game, just so you know. Currently, Braxon has 4, Finn has 2, Ockar has 2, Lafdul has 0, Leva has 3, Solas has 3, I, the Dungeon Master, only have 12. So we left off last time. The party had gotten permission to cast some spells with the corpses of those bovine creatures. They got permission from the palace.
And they didn't give us any beef.
No.
They're not minotaurs. So, a day will have passed so you guys can change up your spells and everything like that.
Well, there was a time limit on changing spells. That's why I didn't change my spells. Because you said we had to be up early, like 10 o'clock or something, or be there by 10.
Yes,
so we don't have that long to memorize spells.
Right.
So what time did we go to bed? So I got a rough idea of how long I'll have.
Well, I mean, you can decide on how much you need to change, and then decide on what time you went to bed. But it wouldn't be like there was stuff that went on yesterday, so you probably wouldn't have been able to go to bed super early.
No, it's because the illness is usually on me to cast Speak with Dead, so because the other 2 priests don't want to do it, so.
Well, what I'm getting at is that you'd probably have, depending on how you shake it out, somewhere between 2 and 4 hours to get ready.
All right.
And the other priests not so good at doing Speak with Dead?
No, one's lawful good, and so it's kind of like a morbid thing. And well, he can speak for himself, but I guess it's something along that line.
Also, a big reason was that for the longest time you were a higher level, so.
Yeah, you follow a god of divination and stuff, so this should be right up your street.
Yeah, but divination doesn't always mean having to deal with the dead.
I thought you was a seeker.
But seekers don't always follow knowledge with reckless abandon.
Or knowledge by any means.
Yeah. There are different kinds of seekers. He's a seeker that prefers books, interviews with living people.
Also, Ogma doesn't like knowledge with any means necessary or any means available kind of thing.
And
Okay.
and just out of game, players can choose the kinds of things that their characters aren't comfortable with. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were in a situation where every single character who could cast Speak with Dead is like, my character's not comfortable with it, then you're just looking at other avenues of getting information. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
What level even is that spell? I'm not even sure if my character can get the hit.
Divination. Third level.
Okay, so in a few levels I could get that, but Ockar wouldn't cast it either.
And I like to think that Solas comes from a culture where dead are respected.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if Braxton ever dies, he'd be happy to speak to any people in our group to say goodbye.
Yeah, Lafdul, but I'll just visit you in the afterlife. I might have to ask for permission, but if I ever get powerful enough, maybe I'm being a bit too egotistical, but we're in the wheelhouse, so that's the scary thing, actually.
I mean, if
Can quite literally do that.
if we know anything about Erevan, Lafdal's afterlife is most likely going to be the butt of the joke.
There are worse mischief makers than me.
Probably a whole realm for dead people that's a punchline.
All right. So
Getting
is everyone getting their spells
I'm
set
doing
up?
my spells.
Okay.
10.
Is there anything that anyone wanted to do before you get to the palace?
Solas pays extra attention on his daily grooming. He
Yeah.
wants to look his best while visiting important people.
And not everyone needs to go if they don't want. Like, this is not
Well,
something where you are all
Le-
required to go or anything. So
Braxton's going to go.
Level will definitely cast detect scrying.
okay.
How many corpses were there?
4 total. 3 got burned.
Well, I mean that I can use Speak with Dead with, so I know how many spells I'm memorizing. So I have 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2 hours. It's just those 4 spells.
I mean, you don't have to speak with Dead with all of them.
Yeah, that's why I'm slightly annoyed that it's just me casting the spell, considering the time constraints.
Think about
Actually,
it. Can
can I use a blanket or the pillow or whatever it is? Would that work in my case? Because I kind of need the time.
Sure.
I'm not sure it works on spellcasters, but
No, one of them worked on the spellcasters.
I mean, it's the party's treasure, so
yeah.
unless someone else wanted to use it and already claimed it, which I don't recall hearing.
No, we've put it as party. It's just one of those things. Whoever needs it kind of uses it. Having Ockar's the one that just holds it most of the time.
Dude, go ahead and use it.
That'll give me more time to change my spells.
Okay.
Oh, it means I'm not taking a Dispel Magic. Fun.
Just to be on the safe side, Solas casts strength on himself.
Okay. And I did not get a Wild Surge, Leva, so you're good.
Okay.
I suppose I shouldn't even need to worry about what the cast times are for like Speak with Dead because it's a non-combat spell. It is got to cast at 1 turn. Jesus. Alright, 99, 99.
Oh, I'm at
Basically.
strength 10 for today.
Yeah, it's very much a non-combat spell.
I'm at 3 hours so far.
All right, and Solas and Leva, you've gotten your spells changed as well.
I didn't have that many spells
Yes.
to change.
Not that many.
Whereas Lafdul's in like the 5 to 6 hour range, yeah. If I was changing everything. See, I'm the one who uses all my spells, so.
Well, you
Or
don't
has
have to
to
change
use this.
everything. I mean,
Oh, I'm getting back what I can, you know. That's why I asked about the blanket. Otherwise, I'd be a bit more scrupulous. But considering I got like an extra like 4 hours or so to play around with spell memorization, so
it's actually the pillow that does that, by the way.
Yeah, the pillow. The blanket does the temperature.
Well, Solas was there, not there last time, so not many spells were used.
I suppose technically, if you miss the session, you could be preparing spells during the session.
Yeah, I'm going to roleplay it that Solas was there, but something was occupying his mind.
It's gone quiet. What are we doing?
I'm waiting for you guys to let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Well, I know
you don't
you
have to
are.
change your spells. I only got my second level spells to change that, so the rest I've done.
Sorry.
And it also gives an opportunity for you guys to discuss what you want to talk about while Lafdul is changing his spells. You can discuss other plans.
The spells I'm taking, the ones I have prepared at the moment are Protection from Evil, Command, and Wolf Jaws. Do you think I should take no alignments at Wolf Jaws, or should I stick with Wolf Jaws?
I have no alignment.
Okay.
He's got it on his sticky thing, I think, haven't you? Rod of Alertness? Mace of Alertness, whatever it is.
It's Rod of Alertness.
It does no alignment, doesn't it?
I don't remember if it had detect alignment. Let me see. Yeah, it can detect alignment.
Yeah, so you don't need to memorize it if you've got the rod.
Yeah, but I still have one memorized in case I don't. I'm in a situation where I don't have my weapons or can't brandish the rod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys would understand that you're going to need to
disarm.
Disarm, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, they're not going to let armed people go into the palace.
Well,
not a heavy escort.
Braxon will be prepared to hand over his weapons, but he will say, "Could we have our weapons handed back when we go into the room with the bodies, in case there's any magic on them that causes them to attack?"
You'd have to ask that when we get to the
you can
gate.
ask when you get there.
Yeah, he'll ask when we get there.
I mean, generally speaking, you've got the spellcasters with their spells, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If they say no, Braxton will accept that.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm carrying my pouch, so I can give you a dagger.
No, that's fine. He doesn't want to sneak a weapon in. He'll hand over all his weapons, and then if the things fight, he'll fight with his bare hands if necessary.
I'm basically done. I was just musing over.
Okay.
So,
you finish up everything that you need to do before going. You get your, breakfast and everything like that, and with plenty of time to spare, make your way over to the gate to the palace. Hold on a second. Let me check. I need to double check what some of these buildings are. see which one is the most likely one that you guys would end up being taken to. Definitely not that one. 4 is the stables, so definitely not that one. Okay. So you would not be going to the palace itself, but you make your way to the gate and present yourselves to the guards right here. Let me go ahead and zip you guys over here. And
Lafdul will be wearing his fancy uniform. I think we were told to dress smart or something. I don't know.
I mean, you're not sure exactly who you're going to be meeting with.
Yeah, but it's kind of like they don't. You gotta look the part, though, ain't you?
I mean, given that you don't know exactly who you're going to be meeting with, yeah, you probably want to look your best.
You mean it isn't Hawaiian Saturday?
I have no idea what you just said. I'm sorry.
Everyone dresses in Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, no.
Hawaiian.
Alright, just to check,
Yep.
7 hours it takes me for my spells.
But
I got 4 hours earlier, then yeah, it'll be like 3 hours when everyone else starts waking up.
Yeah. So you only need to rest half the time, so yes, you're able to get a short nap.
7 hour prayer.
Now, I will say I was looking at the first edition material, and it doesn't have memorization time, as in like 10 minutes per spell level. What it is that to get back first and second level spells, you have to rest for a minimum of 4 hours. Third and fourth is 6 hours, and so on and so forth. So, like actual sleep. Actual sleep.
That's a different. That's not necessarily a bad thing, you know.
No,
that kind of makes sense in a way.
But it does mean that, like with the second edition, at least if you're just like if you need one first level spell in first edition, if you need one first level spell and one 7th level spell, you have to rest all of that time for the 7th level spell.
Yeah, I suppose.
In second edition, you just need 80 minutes after reasonable rest. So. All right, so you make your way to the gate and present yourselves. Present your. They would have given you essentially a not an invitation per se, but a pass indicating that.
Yeah.
You know what your appointment is and everything like that, and the guards take you in. There is some initial, questioning of who you are, making notes and everything like that. Then go ahead.
Braxon's then going to talk about hand over his weapons, but could he have his weapons when we see the dead in case they're trapped and come to life?
So when they ask for your weapons, then you would ask that, and the guard says, "No, you will be under guard. You will be safe should something happen like that."
Okay.
We have our spells, Braxon, at the end of the day, so.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it's obvious that there's going to be guards, since there's also going to be one of the palace's investigators present.
Oh, I know.
And several of them are going to be spellcasters, no doubt.
All right, so after the initial questioning and making sure that you're who you say you are to their satisfaction, they then ask you to hand over your weapons and disarm, and then you are escorted under guard to this building here.
The yellow one.
I'm sorry?
The yellow thing.
Yes.
Which one, sorry? The one.
It's like an L-shaped building.
It's like.
But you're escorted in and then taken down into a basement area. You go down at least 2 floors deep into a basement. It's a little dank. You're pretty sure that a passage you pass leads to some cells that you have never had any inclination that existed before. So it's fair to say those are probably like where people are locked up who they don't want everyone to know they got locked up, kind of thing.
Lafdul's keeping a mental note for. He's definitely going to be relaying what he can from this place to the Thieves Guild later.
Okay.
Trying to keep a mental note anyway. May not be perfect, but
yeah, no, that's fine. Then you get into a large, chilly room, and the corpses of the 4 bovine creatures are laid out on slabs. I'm sorry?
Are they ripe?
No, you suspect that some magic has been used to preserve them.
Oh, they've just got that on tap. Well, I guess he is royalty.
It's been a number of days. And it's not magic that would necessarily, like, it's impossible for you to say what kind of magic it is. It could be something that just keeps them from
smelling,
rotting and smelling for, like, a week kind of thing. There is a heavy guard in the room, as well as some people in nicer clothing, marking them as someone other than guards themselves. And there's a shortish man. He's in middle age for sure. Has lost his hair. And he greets you as you enter, and he says, the company of the Broken Sword. Welcome, welcome. I am Mardan Rome. I am an advisor to Prince Andrew. You had some magic that you wished to utilize on these corpses, these creatures, to find out exactly what they are. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would be the one casting this magic. It's pretty standard fare.
Yes, I'm aware of it myself. We have already done some interrogation of these corpses.
Wait, can multiple people cast Speak with Dead on the same corpse?
Maybe they've used something else. You're not sure.
Alright, yeah, no,
like, he's not indicating that they've cast that spell necessarily, but they've done some. He's indicating that they have done some investigation of their own, of a similar nature. And
question
says,
to the party before we would have had this conversation a while, but I'm just confirming out again. We're being upfront about Maurizio court case. He's implicating behind it.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
We're not holding anything back.
We are open about Maurizio and him potentially being immortal and working with the Jackman.
Yeah, and that he's able to control Bralians.
I mean, you don't have to bring these things up if you don't want to. Like, he's not asking you a whole lot of questions, but you were definitely getting the impression that like, he is going to be here and observing what you ask. Yeah. So anything that you do ask of the corpses will be known to him. So
Solas would inquire at what was his name about what they have found out about the Jackmen so far, if he would be willing to share.
Do we even learn that they're called Jackmen?
No, you would not learn that they're called Jackmen.
Well, the creatures and that with this knowledge, we might be able to help Bral more about going against with these creatures and their influence.
What are these yak men of which you speak? I believe the guy's called Mon and Rom.
Yes. And he says, we have already done some interrogations. It is nothing. What we have discovered is for us to know. So he's not
Yeah,
going to
I
share.
suspect you have a more general rather than specific questions that we might have. But it's still related to what you're doing, I mean, for the safety of Bral, you know.
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking him.
No, I was indicating that we're on a parallel path, but it's
Yeah,
slightly
no. I mean,
diverging.
you would understand that they would not have let you in here to do this if they did not think that this might turn up some useful information to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and he clearly indicates that he is going to be observing. He and his people are going to be observing. The guards are there for both for your protection, in case something happens, and to protect whatever they have against you. So he makes it very clear that should you make an make an attempt to do something without clearly explaining what it is and anything that looks suspicious, you will be attacked right away. So
don't mess about, basically.
Yeah. All right, so you have the 4 corpses laid out on the slabs, and after discussing briefly those elements, he says, "You can begin anytime you wish."
So Lafdul start preparing stuff out. Takes a while. Might as well get comfortable, as it were.
It's a cold room, and
I say that,
there's no places to sit down or anything like that.
It's definitely rhetorical.
Yes, Mardan Rome definitely seems like the type of person who has a lot of patience in him. So you've got the 4 corpses.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about the 4 that you faced before that you want to use as kind of like try to identify one that you want to start with or anything like that?
I don't think any of us were paying that much attention to which one was which. I mean, one of them I think looked like he was the leader, the first one that was originally up, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so I generally don't think Laughter would know which one was which.
Okay.
Because I was also on the ethereal plane, so.
Was the one that the one better as a preserved corpse, was that the one who, after his death, the large Dao left?
Let me double check.
Since if that was the case, then he would have been the leader.
All right, so you want to start with the one that was not burned, the one that you recovered the corpse from. Is that correct?
Sure, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, well, I mean, you gotta choose.
I mean, yeah,
There's
I am
4
the
of
one
them.
casting it, but I mean, I don't know the difference. I mean,
well, no, but at least it like
it's an identity.
it's either
to
that
you.
it's either that or roll a d4.
Yeah.
And you pick randomly. There's 3 that are burned, and there's 1 that wasn't burned because you did get the corpse out of there in time as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the other way we could select is if you was looking to see if one of them looked like they were wearing more expensive clothes or something. maybe they're the boss.
Considering 3 of the bodies were burned pretty badly, I doubt that would be obvious.
But you might be able, like, again, some of it is also remember what they were using, see if you
Mhm.
remember, anything about them. Like your
We
characters
did
saw
fight them.
things that you can use to try to identify the corpses. That's what I'm getting at.
Mhm.
If you do not know, if you do not remember, if you do not want to choose, you can roll a d4. Because there's 4 corpses. If you've got 4 spells, it doesn't really matter, but it does matter in terms of, like, who you speak to. If there's one who's a leader and the others are followers, the leader's going to know more. And if you can't think of a way to identify them...
Wasn't one of them female?
Yes.
We could start with the female. It's the odd one out.
We don't know their culture, so
Do
don't...
we remember what equipment they had before they were burned? We took some of his treasure, didn't we?
Is the
You definitely
one
did.
that had the one that could see me in the ethereal plane? Was he the unburnt one?
No.
There's no way for me to figure that one out.
I
What do you
mean, you might be able with for examining the bodies.
Yeah. I mean, you
Alright, I'll
haven't
see if I-
indicated to me in any way that you're trying to identify them.
Yeah, no,
So that's
I
what I'm
am,
getting at.
That's the one. That's the one that I'm figuring is leader. That's the one that I'm going to go for last, or at least I assume is, because they had a very high level spell or effect.
Okay, so that's the one that you want to leave for last.
Yeah.
Okay, that was definitely the female one. Well, there were
Okay.
2 that saw you. One of them was definitely the female one.
Oh, 2 that saw me.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the one.
Nope.
And it was just directing everyone.
Braxon's going to try and remember which weapon each
I mean,
one
if
has.
if there was more than one that could see me, that's a moot point. It doesn't really matter who.
It's not moot.
Then.
It's not moot.
I mean, if 2 of them could see you, that means that the 2 of them were higher ups of the
All right,
group.
hold on. So you need to pick,
More likely.
and there are identifying features. Now, maybe you don't get the leader, maybe you do, but you just need to pick one to start with.
Yeah, I'm just going with the unbound one. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so you cast the spell. How many questions will you be getting?
4.
Okay. And let's see. Give me a second.
We got a different alignment or of a higher level hit dice than 9, then they get a saving throw versus spell to resist the effect.
Yeah, I just want to
Or
double check that.
compulsion. It's also more advantageous for me to cast the spell because I'm the most likely to ever be matched to whoever we're fighting. Solas is never going to find someone of lawful good. Well, I mean,
you might just like it because you may not always want to cast this on someone that you've been fighting.
someone that's hostile. Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Okay. All right. So, let me see what his saving throw is. There we go. Okay. So, you intone the words of the spell, and rising up above the corpse is a ghostly apparition of the bovine creature, and it glares at you. And you can ask your question.
Yeah, which one do I want to do?
Well, I guess like one thing you can think of. What do you as a group, consider the most important information you could get out of these guys? And then you can choose a question based on that.
I think about their working relationship with Maruzzo would be one.
I'd think about have a base of operations outside the city of Bral, but still within the sphere of Bral. Because he came back at one point, we don't know where from, or if he didn't die or whatever. So
Yeah, but I doubt they have a. I doubt Maruzzo
we'll do
have
the
revealed
working
everything to
relationship
them.
one then. All right. So I would ask, what's your working relationship with Marazzo? What's your working relationship?
All right. It glares at you and says, hold on a second. Let me check something. She who plots the overthrow of petty lords was the one who made a deal with him. I never liked working with him. Pathetic little human child. He had powers, though, that is undeniable.
Well, that resolves who was the leader of their group. Seeing as he said she.
Well, there's just one she, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think which one.
Is there anywhere else they got a hideout, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Well, them or Marazzo. Because we're angling for Marazzo more than them.
We are angling for Maruzzo, but I doubt that Maruzzo let them all of his secrets. I doubt they were that close of an allies.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't know.
But we could ask if they know any other Maruzzo's places.
Hang on. Figuring out if there are any more of... I'm calling them Yak Men, but I obviously don't call them Yak Men. But are there any more of your group on Bral?
No.
Yeah, basically. 2 questions.
So also keep in mind, like, if you have a general question, you could say, I want to ask him if he knows anything about blah 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 kind of thing. Like, and you don't have to necessarily specify the words of the question exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do an out of character question too. So unless the phrasing of the question is really important, like if it's just general knowledge, like let's say, I want to know what your name is. Like I don't need you to phrase it perfectly for super basic information like that.
Mm-hmm. What was their plan for Bral?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Oh, what's that? It's a very broad term, but it's...
All right. We were here to find new thralls, bring them home to our people, and also establish new bases of operation.
So they were here to slave people.
And
loot things.
Yeah, just, new people moving in, basically.
Should we ask the final question? What does they know about Maruzzo?
That's such a broad... You would have to ask something specific there, wouldn't you? You couldn't ask such a broad...
What was the last question we asked about Maruzzo to this guy?
What was his
so far, a working relationship.
Yeah, and this
I
this spirit
guess
indicated that the female one made the deal with Maruzzo.
Yeah, so they're
I guess we could ask if this guy knows where Murzo tends to be based out when he's not hanging out with them underneath the shop. In case he might know. If he doesn't, we can ask the female.
I'll ask this one. Does Marat's? Well, he's not gonna necessarily know this. Because I'm more angling with the controlling one, because that's rather than the operations.
You can
only
ask the
leader
rest of the
might
party
know.
what they think of what you want to ask.
I was thinking about asking them about whether or not Maratsu has a base of operations outside of the city of Bral, because that's broad enough to be a yes or no, if they know. Then, obviously this would be the last question, but on the next corpse, it could be outside the sphere of Bral, whatever.
If you ask if he's got another base, they'd know. They could answer whether it's a base on Bral or somewhere else, couldn't they?
Yeah, we know. Well, when Solas did the detect spirits, he got an image, an overlay of one of these yak men over Bellis, right?
Yeah.
So it's the running theory is that we assume that they're the ones that do the possessing. So there's also the question of has Maratso ever implied or shown the capacity to control Bellis? That could be another question. Or no, the operation one for the minute. All right. Does Maratso have a base of operations outside the city of Bral, but still within the sphere of Bral?
Okay, that's what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. And then his spirit fades away.
Outside the city, but still within the sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he didn't say he knew so. He said he believed so.
Yeah, well, it makes sense with and like a fallback place or wherever.
One
teleporting
question.
can literally be anywhere in the sphere.
One question I would want you to ask the spirits. One of the spirits is what do they know about Maruzzo's plans? Most likely the leader might be the one.
Yeah, but they could just say conquer and domination, or you're not going to get a specific answer though.
Well, I mean, if
depends.
you're asking what do they know about his plans, they will will either answer like if they make their if they fail their saving throw, they'll answer, and it may not be like it's going to be what they know, and that's what you're asking. What do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it may it's going to be brief and it's going to be as evasive as possible and stuff like that, but it's not going to be if they don't think that he's out to conquer, then they're not going to say he's out to conquer. If they do think he's out to conquer, then they will answer that he's out to conquer. But it's going to be based on what they know or think or believe.
Yeah, and also if they say whatever they say can give us a line for the next question.
I'll cast the next spell.
Okay, so you have the 3 burnt corpses.
Yeah, obviously not the female. The female's going to be left.
You're going to save her for last?
Yeah, we are hitching our bets that one's the leader now.
Okay. So you got 2 male corpses that were burnt?
Yeah, we don't know which is which then. Eeny meeny, I go for the one on the left. I don't know.
Then pick 1 or 2.
1.
Okay. Okay. You cast your spell, and the image, this ghostly image, rises up before you of the burnt bovine creature.
This one glaring at me as well.
Oh yeah, of course. They're all going to be glaring at you.
All right.
Until you ask your first question, you don't know if the spell has failed or succeeded or failed.
What was it? So let's ask the general plans of Maratsu.
What do they know about Marutsu's plans?
All right. Yeah. So what do you know of Maratsu's Maratsu?
Marutsu.
Marutsu.
It's fine. Don't worry. I know who you mean.
Yeah, but it bugs me if I can't say it, then I start tripping up over myself if I can't say it right.
Well, you could always say the kid or something like that.
Kid.
Yeah. The bovine figure growls out. He had a deal with our leader. I don't know exactly what his goals were, but it seemed to entail your friends.
Is he kind of implicating our group?
Yes.
All right. So. All right. Obviously wanted revenge. Well, I mean, it makes sense considering what we took off him. How long have you been working with Maruso?
For about half a year.
When did they arrive on Bral?
Probably half a year ago.
Not necessarily.
I want to know.
Considering Belus was possessed while he was outside of the sphere.
Should we ask that then? When did you start controlling Belus?
I think they started based on Belus's what Belus could tell us that
Belus would have.
He started having those. Last thing he can clearly remember was arriving in a realm space, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but did he give us an indication of how long ago that was?
It was a couple of years
That's
ago.
That's a good question, Lafdul.
It was a couple of years ago what Belus said.
To be honest, Braxon, I've completely forgot what my question was. Got so many things going through my mind. How long have you been controlling Belus?
Yeah, but then everyone's saying that they know it's 2 years. So you could ask that, or you could ask about people we don't know about. But yeah, if you've got enough questions, then ask that if you want to confirm it.
I would be most interested in knowing when they arrived on Bral. It was half a year ago that they started working with Marutsu, but I don't think they started working with Marutsu immediately.
I mean, they got a finely crafted secret hideout down below, so it's about maybe 6 months.
Yeah, but again, they might have arrived earlier and been here for some time and then encountered Marutsu and struck the deal.
All right, so what was your question? How long? When did they arrive on Bral?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you want to ask?
Yeah, when did your group arrive on Bral?
I arrived a year ago.
Yeah.
So they worked for half a year before they encountered and made the deal with Marutsu.
So they were already here.
Mm-hmm. So Marutsu didn't bring them here, but they crossed paths and made a deal to work together.
Yeah, they crossed paths with the Yakmen took control of Bellas, or so we assume.
Yeah, and we think they control the Watchman as well, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Might be worth asking if there's anyone else they've been controlling.
Yeah. Or how many there were when they came.
What do you mean? How many there were when they came?
I mean, when we entered the base, the Watchman and the Fireball Alliance wizard was behind us trying to enter, but were blocked by Ockar's wall of fire. And they were possessed by the Yakmen.
So what we're gonna ask, besides these individuals that we know they've been controlling, were there any others?
I mean, how many of their group were there? Did we get all of them, or were there more than just these 4?
He's asking a different question to me. I'm asking who else were they? How many people were they controlling, or who else were they controlling? And Solas is asking how many Yakmen were there, or the people that we're not calling Yakmen because we don't know they're Yakmen.
Yeah, it's just a reference point. I asked on the first corpse, was there any more of this group, or something to that effect, and that person said no.
I think you asked if there were any other hideouts.
Did I?
I don't remember exactly what you asked, but I definitely was answering based on are there more of you here, kind of thing.
Okay, so the 4 was all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
then,
why I was.
Okay, well in that case, if we know there's only these ones, we should be asking if they were controlling anyone else. Maybe.
So, aside from the named individuals, I'll list through the 4 people that we know of. Ballas, Fireball Alliance guy,
Lady,
Watch Captain, and the other one was the guy who's suing us. So was there anyone besides those 4 people that they were possessing? Well, hang on. Because that could be a yes or no.
They aren't possessing Baldric
Controlling.
from what I gathered. He was controlled by mental magic, not their possession ability.
What do you mean their possession ability? Because that implies that you know something.
The kid was
the control of Baldric happened with some spell that basically
Did we
communicated
confirm
with
this?
him.
Then?
I did have detect spirits up.
Well, no,
at the
I
time.
mean. Oh, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pulls that out.
I mean, given what you know happened with Bellas and the 2 others, the same thing did not happen with Bral after you defeated these bovine creatures.
Yeah.
So yes, you can conclude that whatever magic or possessions or whatever is operating on Bral, it is different from what was affecting Bellas and the other 2.
Yeah, it's still worth asking if they possessed anyone else, because they might have temporarily possessed someone and got them to do something.
One thing that I thought of is did they work with the red masks, or was that through Maruzzo?
Yeah. Well, you just got to figure out how to ask that. Because if you name, how well known is the red masks? General citywide knowledge. Is it like a known thing?
If you are running a business in territory that they claim, then you know about them.
All right. I mean, if you've been on Bral for a while, you probably would know like the major thieves guilds by now, just by being
not
around.
necessarily.
I'm just wondering how
right,
suspicious
hold
it's
on,
going to be.
hold on. It really is a case that you will know that there are thieves. You will know that there are thieves guilds. But in general, you will really only be aware of the ones that you interact with, and that's basically only going to happen if you are in their territory. So, like, if you're in the Halflings Thieves Guild, you're going to be more aware of the Halflings Thieves Guild. If you're in the Juggler's Men's territory, you're going to be more aware of the Juggler's Men, that kind of thing.
But if you're worried about you revealing your
No,
cover or
I'm
something
not.
like that, do remember that we were told about the red masks when during the night when we showcased this proof to the watch and the palace, since they had a conflict with the halflings around the same area. So
I'm going to ask about the mercenaries. I'm just going to was it you're doing or Maratsa's doing? Hang on. Who hired the red masks to guard Bellis's shop?
Okay. He responds, "No one hired them."
So that would mean that they are working on some other kind of deal and not just being hirelings.
That was the last question for that one, or?
Nope, you got one more.
Because if they weren't hired and the Red Masks were working on Halfling Thieves territory, they were in for some reason. And
they're in for a lot.
That would be because they are working for Marucho or were working with the Yakmen.
So also, like, it would be within the Thieves Guild. You would know that that would be a scandal if someone hired themselves out to act as bodyguards for someone outside of the territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of thing. Lafdul. So, like, that is the kind of thing where if the guildmaster finds out, the person who did that's probably finding themselves jettisoned.
Yeah. So this is I'd say this is quite the proof that the Red Masks were involved in this more than just as hirelings.
Should we try to figure out how involved the Red Masks are with Maratsu then?
I mean, that would be quite obvious line of questioning, and I would support that. Since it's starting to look more and more like that we might have to deal with the Red Masks also.
Alright, what do you think about just asking them how long has Maritzo been working with the Red Masks? What do you think of that? Or other people, speak up.
Yeah, the rest of you
we don't most likely know how long, but since the Red Masks might have been working with Marucho longer than
but if it is a long time, then we know he's got reliable contacts within the Red Masks.
But also we aren't completely sure at the moment that it was Marucho who brought the Red Masks in. It might have been the Yakmen. So we might ask who brought the Red Masks in.
Who brought them in?
Who hired the Red Mask? You, your group, or Marucho?
Well, they said no one. He said no one hired them. So
okay, who involved the Red Mask?
Yeah, that would be better way to phrase it.
Alright, who involved the Red Masks? Yeah, that's fine.
She who plots the overthrow of petty lords. And then his spirit fades away.
Okay, so
He who over. He who. what's
She
the-
who
He
plots the overthrow of petty
overthrow
lords.
petty lords.
That's a strange.
Yeah, but he's deliberately being non-precise as he could be.
I think that's one of their names. Since
No, that sounds. That sounds like.
I can't remember exactly what it was now, but I think the female one had some similar kind of name. What the first spirit told us.
No, that's literally her name. I mean, at least what
Yeah.
that's what she has been referred to twice. She who plots the overthrow of petty lords.
Oh, right.
Whether it's a name or whether it's a title, whether it's some way that he's being evasive, you don't know. But it's the same phrase.
Okay, so the Jackman brought in the red masks then.
That's a little unexpected. If
that's true, then red masks might not be working with Maruzzo.
It'd be nice to confirm that, though.
Oh, sure, of course.
When they were working with the red mask, tried to overthrow like the prince.
I'm sorry, you
How's
were breaking
the
up from
general
me.
reception from me asking these questions? I mean, do they seem to be interested in what I've asked?
They are being
Diligently taking notes,
studiously
or?
disinterested. They are absolutely taking notes, but you do not think that you would want to play poker with Marden Rom. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I think if he's the princess advisor, he has the poker face to definitely suitable for the role.
So you got 2 more corpses?
Yeah. I guess the non-female one that's left.
Okay. All right, so you cast your spell. His spirit rises up above the corpse.
We were going to confirm... Hang on one sec.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just had to clear my throat. Hang on. We were trying to figure out if Maratsu works with the red masks outside of your group. Does that make sense?
Or if Maruzzo has working relationship with the red masks.
It's basically the same
like that.
question. That's basically the same thing.
But the wording?
I mean, they're going to be evasive, and it depends on if they make their saving throw and stuff like that. But
true.
You could also.
Again, unless the wording is super duper important, you don't need to be super duper precise. Is what I'm getting at.
You could also ask where they go to contact the red masks.
Oh yeah, who was your liaison between the red masks and your group? Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
And
all right, so that's what you want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay. The spirit grins maliciously and fades away.
Yeah, it's past
without answering.
No, but that's actually a really good one to know, because you might name an individual if they do get something.
One question that came to my mind is that would be interesting to know is were the red masks aware of the Jackman's real nature?
Huh?
I'm not sure how that helps us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
that's
You're asking a dead body to tell you whether someone else knows stuff about them.
I mean, if they knew that Yackmen were Yackmen, or did the Yackmen contact the Red Masks through possessed bodies?
Well, that's a different question, isn't it?
No, it's about if they knew the Yackmen's true nature of being Yackmen.
Rather than a third party, an intermediary.
Keep in mind that you've
Oh, I
got 4
wanna-
questions left, and if you're correct, you're going to be dealing with the leader of the group now.
Yeah, true.
So you might want to focus your questions on the absolute most important stuff that you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The liaison is a really good question, because that will give us a lead.
Well, she might say, I was the liaison.
No. Who was the Red Mask's liaison to you?
Yeah.
That would be one question.
Well, since she's the leader who made the deal, what was the deal with Maruzzo?
Yeah. What
Well, the
was
deal
the
with
deal?
Maruzzo might be they get so much money or whatever. Like, does that help us?
Yeah, because the deal also tells what Maruzzo gains from them.
Well, All's right, because we got 4 questions left, and we want to get an answer that will help us go find someone, or maybe the guards will say we'll go and get them. Yeah.
All right, let's put it this way.
We ask this question first, then we know if the spell's working or not. So.
Well, yes, but you still want to ask a question that, if it works, gets you really good information. So, like, what is the number one piece of information that you still want to know? The most important piece of information that they might know that you could learn. Think about it that way.
Where's Maratz's
Other hideout.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's his other hideout?
Besides where we fought you.
Okay, so that could be like that. That's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, you've got one more creature left.
Then
So far, it's been
to
indicated you've gotten the impression that this is probably the leader.
Yeah.
So the best chance of getting the highest quality information. So focus on what is most important. Are the red masks really that important right now? Is kind of what I'm getting.
Marat says more important than red masks.
Where Maratsu is located, finding that out would be the most important thing.
Yeah, so let's ask where Maritzo's other base is located. That seems like the best question we can ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you cast your spell. The female bovine spirit rises up, and you ask your question. She glares at you and says, "A nearby asteroid. Do not know which."
Yeah. That helps.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want the exact arrangement between?
I mean, that way we would know what the Yackmen were doing for Maruzzo.
Yeah.
Since at the moment we know how Maruzzo, at least somewhat what Maruzzo helped the Yackmen with, but what the Yackmen helped Maruzzo with.
Well,
what was the exact deal you had with Maritzo?
Hang on. Another question we could ask, which you may or not want to ask before that one, is there anyone else that will be able to tell us what asteroid Maratsu's base is on?
Oh, that's a good one.
Anyone
just
else
get you a
except
yes or no.
anyone? Do you know
Can
anyone?
you name an individual?
Name individual except Maruzzo. Because otherwise she might just
he would know where the base is.
Because otherwise she might just say Marucho.
All right, you want to ask that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth
I
a go.
just want to skip out what the exact deal was now.
Yeah, I would be. It might give us an line of investigation if we know what Marucho expected from the Yakmen.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. We'll ask that. What was the arrangement between the Yakme, them and Maruzo?
Marzo provided us with a means of getting about town in his form. He had an ability to be unnoticed as one of your small ones. He also was powerful in magic and brought more people under our sway. We helped him with this vendetta he had against you recently, but before that, we helped him acquire magic.
Oh, they probably helped him rebuild his spell book.
Yeah, because he had like nothing basically other than.
And potentially expand what he already had before we interrupted.
So she would have gone into a little bit more detail than just that, and you'd learn that. So basically, he helped them because he was a kid. He was very unnoticed. Like you'd understand this. So he was able to like run errands, watch people, and stuff like that in ways that they couldn't. And get them information, and in return, he helped them. Like they helped him acquire magic, and essentially like have a little, library and study chamber down there. And she would also mention that he and Sklursh came together. So he'd already known Sklursh.
Yeah, but
if they're
we didn't
working
know.
together rather than him coming on to Maruzo. He might have found him at the asteroid or something. Who knows? I had a question I was thinking about asking. I forgot what it was. Damn it.
Tip of the tongue? Or as Elithid say, tip of the tentacle.
We could ask her, does Muratsu have any enemies besides us?
So you got
would
one
that be
question.
A yes or no? Yeah.
You got one question left. So, what do you guys
the
think
enemy
is
of
the
my
most
enemy
important?
Is my friend.
Yeah, but for all of you, what do you think now is the most important information that you could gain? You got one question left.
Do we have any idea of anybody else that could be helping Urso?
Never read masks, but
Oh, I meant. Well, we could. I think one of the things we should
confirming
try to figure out who the contact
I
in the
think
red mask he was meeting with was, so we could search them out too. Unless you guys
that would be good if we could.
think.
What? Go on.
I think we need to figure out where Muratsu might turn up.
Oh,
What?
did he have any other places that he would teleport to on Bral other than Bell's shop?
That you might as well ask him, does Muratsu have any other hideaways on the Rock of Bral?
Yeah, well, I suppose. Well, we already got told he's hideaways.
Yeah, he's got an asteroid off Bral, but I really want to know what the liaison is.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Because Muratsu might go back to meet up with the Red Masks.
Yeah. So, who was your liaison with the red masks? Is that the right wording? Yeah, because they should just tell me a name, hopefully.
Okay. She responds, "It was the second in charge, Narim."
Narim.
Now, unfortunately, you do know that that was one of the red masks killed outside of.
I would know that, or you mean it was just confirmed that people just knew?
It was confirmed
when
that
they-
he was one of the ones slain.
Mm.
And with that, her spirit dissipates.
Alright, so their contact kind of like disappeared after that, since he's dead, all presumed. Oh,
Well, maybe.
Now, Lafdul, give me an intelligence check, please.
Sure. Roll 1d20.
Okay.
That should do it.
So you put a couple of things together in your head based on how Thieves Guilds operate. You know that the Yakmen had control of a member of the Watch. That is probably the method that they came into contact with the Red Masks, and that is probably how they would have made their connection, because the Watch is they come into contact with members of the Thieves Guild, either arresting them or if they're corrupt, taking bribes. So exactly what the nature is, you don't know, but that's probably how they came into contact with the Red Masks.
I had that watch guy. Right. I was thinking if they possessed Nerem, besides the guildmaster, they would basically have a thieves guild to do what they want, and that might be why they took the chance in the Halfling Guild territory.
It would also explain why lower members of the Red Masks were willing to do that, because someone pretty high up was telling them to do so.
Yeah, so there is also just the possibility that the Red Masks, second in command, basically were just working and not be possessed by the Yakmen, and tried to basically gain an ally for a power play.
Yeah, so we'll speak to the person here, and we'll try to give, or at least Lafdul's going to be trying to give a rundown of our court case, and we believe Maratsu's behind it by, he's controlling him mentally. He's just using him to get at us. Hence why we were so interested in Maratsu. And obviously, the Yakmen were.
Martin
Part of
Rome
that, I guess.
has finished taking notes when you speak to him, and he says, "Yes, we're aware of your allegations of that nature." And he doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, we're trying to
Do you have
acquit
any info?
ourselves from that situation, but we also can't say. We're also in the. We can't talk about the Yakmen yet, or I'm trying to get a feeler out for that.
Huh?
You want to know if you're allowed to talk about the Yakmen?
Yeah, I guess.
I
mean,
doubt
can we?
Are allowed, since they basically told us that we are not allowed to talk about them until we are told otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I'm just confirming that, I guess.
At this point, yes, you may speak of them.
Sorry, what was?
Yes, you may speak of them.
Alright, cool.
Do you have any information about this Marucho that your own discoveries have revealed that you would be willing to share with us, since it seems that we both are Marucho might be danger to both our company and to Bral.
No.
We previously had a run-in with him a long while ago. I don't know if you have records of that. Hence the vendetta.
We have many, many records. But I believe that your time is up here. He's beginning to pack up his notes, and the guards are clearly looking at escorting you out.
Well, I think then it's time for us to go.
Yeah, I guess.
Brax's going to nod to the guy and say thank you very much. Hope you learned useful information as well.
I have an idea that I will talk with the group once we get out.
Okay. All right.
Since we have that magic item on our ship that allows us to track people by their possessions.
Oh yeah, by the dagger, it would point us
we
right
now
to
have
him.
the dagger. Yeah.
If he's not on Bral.
Mm-hmm.
If he is on Bral, then it's, oh.
I mean, but we can still track it when he. If he is on Bral, we can try and go and ambush him. And if he's not, or he leaves, then we can use the item to try and track him after he's left.
Well, he seems to leave at the kind of thing where we do it at late at night.
Well, we can't leave
Otherwise-
Brawl anyway because of our court case, so it's kind of like this is kind of like after the court case.
I mean, does the court case keep us from leaving Brawl?
If we leave, it won't look good.
Yeah,
for the
it's
court
like
case.
it look like we're trying to be fugitives or something.
Does it prevent us from leaving, or does it completely, or does it mean that we just have to make sure that we are here when the court next resumes?
You have to be here when you're hearing for your hearing. Otherwise, for the next court date. Otherwise, you will be in default, and judgment will be put against you regardless. It'll be assumed that you're you can leave in between. If you're just not here for when court resumes, then it is just assuming that you are saying, yes, we did it, it's all true, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think really if we was going to leave to do something, we'd have to go to the judge and we'd have to ask for, I forget what they call it, a postponement for the court case.
If we are only going to, if we are only going to be tracking the nearby asteroids, then I don't think it's going to be taking that much time.
It's still a risk.
I mean, how long do we have
how
until
many
next
days?
hearing?
How many days do we still have before the next court date?
Not including the current day, 4.
Yeah.
So we could, for example, use 2 days to try and track the asteroid.
Well, there was a comment about nighttime, and you could like go out at night and see if you can get to him, get to wherever he is at night. And if you can't, then just assume that it's too far away, kind of thing. Because keep in mind that if you leave and he's teleporting around, you're going to be going in different directions all the time. So like it will really only work if he is in one place for a time, and your best bet is when he's sleeping, whenever that is.
Yeah.
He's going to be matching his wake night sleep routine with Feldrick. If he's doing things to him or something to that nature.
Maybe.
So when he goes to sleep, a few hours later, then we'll start tracking him.
Maybe, but he's not an idiot. He knows you've taken one of his possessions.
Yeah, but
He might not
he
know about the
doesn't
tracking
know
device.
that we have the ability to track him at his base. Unless he was scrying on us, but Leva's got detect scrying up or
Mhm.
something.
She does.
Why is she?
I mean,
why are we scryed
it's not continuous. It's not 24 hours or anything like that, and she hasn't had it up all the time. But so far, she has not found not been alerted that that she's been scryed on in the times that she's had it
Good.
up.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Do any of you have a spell that stops people teleporting?
Yeah, I do, and so does Solas.
Right. So if we see him again, someone's got to throw that spell on him, really.
Yeah, that's kind of like my MO one. Everyone seems to keep teleporting away. It's kind of annoying. That
And
Targok guy,
Lafdul specifically
I...
was going to try to do that when he first saw him down in the
Right, and it was like...
and he got out just in like the round before or something like that. So yeah, I mean, like, your best bet in that kind of situation is either do it first or just, try to hope that you get it cast before they can do a thing. How long does it last, Lafdul?
Sorry, what spell?
The, Dimensional Anchor?
A turn, I think. Hang on.
So yeah, it's basically for a fight duration kind of thing. You have to hope that you can take them out before.
Either dispel it or,
Yep.
Dimension Anchor. It is 1 turn plus a round a level, so
Okay.
19 minutes or 19 rounds.
Yeah, so it's basically a combat duration type spell.
And unless he's got magic resistance or he specifically has been, spell immunity, that spell, there's an automatic spell, automatically works. There's no save.
Okay. All right, so I'm assuming that you guys are discussing this like right outside the gate or across the bridge.
Yeah.
I assume there'll be no difficulty me replenishing my holy water or incense, because I'm just marking off the cost rather than my inventory.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you're on Bral, that kind of thing is pretty easy to come by. All right, so that was let's see, 80 minutes total of time, give or take. You probably would have had some time in between each casting to discuss, what else you wanted to ask and stuff like that. So we'll just say 2 hours that you were down there. So it's around noonish now. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm wondering if we can get anything that would last longer than your spell for stopping someone from leaving. I suppose
Knocking him out, he loses all his spells, unless he's got something cast on him already or has an item.
Yeah.
Any of us get knocked out, we lose our spells.
Yeah. I suppose if we get him, we're gonna just try and kill him, aren't we?
We tried doing that last time, just make sure you kill him and keep the body. Then we can, I don't know, try some kind of we'll think of that bridge when we come up to it.
Hey, next time we kill him, next time we kill him, I'll probably see if he generates from that.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said next time we kill him, I'll probably cut his head off to see if he regenerates from that.
I would suggest burning the body.
Yeah, we can do some kind of like ritual or something, you know,
And
that's
I
more
think,
effective than.
and also him coming back. Do remember that it could be that he came back with contingency and clone spell, whereas the mermaid flesh gives them only the not aging immortality kind. We don't know yet. So burning the body would be a good idea.
Hmm. Definitely need to speak with Dead on him. The problem is the odds of that working on a high level wizard with their spell save is like amazing. It's like what, like 5 or something?
It depends on their level, of course.
Yeah, well, I'm just basing it off. Well, I've got like an 11 and I'm a cleric, and he's higher level than me. It's going to be like a 5 or something.
Pretty low, yes. All right, so you guys are working your way back to your ship at this point, discussing these.
Yeah.
But, like...
I got a question
Mm-hmm.
for everyone. Can we figure out how he managed to evade us killing him before?
Well, he got jettisoned.
He got jettisoned,
Yeah.
and that didn't kill him. He was alive
he
when he got
teleported.
jettisoned.
No, he was dead when he got jettisoned.
Right, so he's come back from the dead.
Yeah, somehow. We don't know if it is the body that came back or if it was like another body or something. We just don't know how it works.
Can anyone ask their deity?
I mean, I could, but
Do you think we'd get a useful answer?
I don't know. In all honesty, I think Solas's deity would probably be better than mine.
Yeah,
He's more mage
I'm
orientated.
thinking either it was like if I die, something happens that brings me back to life, or I don't know.
I can, if I get some rest, I could cast augury.
Yeah,
Have you hold on? Have you purchased the spell components?
I've not.
Yes.
I need to go like collect the spell component, but I could cast augury once I have those. Have it change out my spells.
You have to get them commissioned. They cost 1,000.
Yeah.
I know. I'd have to get those commissioned. If I had those things, I could cast augury myself.
And Solar should have those because it's a good spell to have.
I missed about last 5 minutes because of connection problems, so I don't have that much idea of what you are talking about.
Can someone talk to their deity and figure out why Maratsu didn't die when we tried to kill him? If we try to kill him again, if we need to do something like cut off his head or set fire to his body or something like that, if there's something we need to do to prevent him coming back, we need to figure that out if we can.
All right, so
real
augury,
fast. Augury won't help because that's an immediate future thing.
Yeah.
Than asking you the specific question.
Yeah. So augury is really about like a course of action. It's what is the likely outcome of this course of action that we are about to undertake? Number one. Number two, Ockar, do think about what feels appropriate for Tyr, either as a god of justice, Tyr himself, a Norse god, and then that's going to be what your components are. It's still going to be 1,000, but it's more for flavor. Like Lafdul rolls some special dice, kind of thing. So you don't have to come up with it right now, but it is a good idea. Anyone who has augury to think of what your components are going to be when you buy them.
It's like casting like bones or something, or like runes for you.
Augury specifically, the word specifically means like divination through the movement of birds, I believe. Just as a side note. But anyway, yes.
I can imagine him having several locks of hair from Valkyries.
Well, this has to be something that gets commissioned, something that's made. So that's a little difficult. All right, so back to the question at hand of whether anyone has some way of contacting their deity to get some information. Braxon was asking.
Well, a commune spell.
Yeah, I'm not exactly keen on asking my deity about that.
I can't imagine why.
It's like, here, let me show you.
He wouldn't kill you.
No. It's more of a case of it just not being in his field of expertise. I mean, yes, he's a god, but I don't know. That's why I thought, because Solas's god is more wizardly, so I thought it'd be better for his. More learned.
Well, Solas did commission also some sagely research on the whole myth. So there's that avenue of information also that might produce our answer.
Keep in mind that commune is primarily yes or no questions.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
And you would have to word the questions quite well.
You would need to know the spell before you get the answer, which defeats the point of asking it.
I mean, but the point is that commune could give you information. It is an option. Have any of you cast it recently?
No, mine's available if I need to cast it. I'm just not keen on casting it.
I think I last cast commune in the previous sphere, the Red Eye.
You did it for spell research in this sphere, didn't you?
I haven't spell research in this sphere.
Didn't you finish it?
Last spell I researched I finished in Red Eyes.
Ah, I thought you did something on the way here.
No, I didn't research on the way here.
Okay, well, you guys need to decide on what you want to do next.
I wanna
and keep in mind, it can be skip ahead until the trial if that's if you literally cannot think of anything else, that's going to be the next
I need
thing
to see
that
my
happens.
thieves guild. I'm just trying to think what I need to ask. It's more like a relay of information at best.
I still say that we try to use the item to track the asteroid base.
Yeah, that's a given.
I think if we're going to do that,
we should speak to the magistrate, or
there's still 4 days after this one before the next court session.
Yeah, I know, but it looks suspicious if you're suddenly leaving.
I think
it's not a criminal court, so it's not that.
It doesn't matter. I think if we're going to do that, we're close to our court date. If we ask, I think they call it a continuance. If we ask the judge for a continuance, right, and we go find the guy and kill him, and then we don't need to do the trial anymore because the other guy wakes up or something, then that's fine.
Right, but keep in mind, so remember what I said about the fact that you don't know for sure, but so far he's been teleporting back here to Bral.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you set off to track him, you're going to be your device is going to be constantly flipping. Assuming that he's going to this other asteroid. And coming back
between
to
the
it's going to be flipping
Bral.
between the asteroid and Bral. So you're going to be, if it's like a day away, you're going to be going,
Yeah.
and then suddenly your helmsman is going to be like, it's pointing in the other direction, so we got to go back to Bral, and then you're almost back to Bral, and then he's back the other way. You're just going to be bouncing back and forth, and
So
that's
you
not
have to
going
stop when.
Well, or you just spend a night and see if you can get to him in that period of time, and if you can't, then maybe you just do not have time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, that might be the best bet. That makes a lot of sense. It's a thing where we gotta see if we can do it in a single night.
Well, if we do that in a single night, is everyone going to be able to get spells and all that, and we can go and?
I imagine most of us can just rest on the trip there. If we go to bed if most of us go to bed before it takes off, then we have like one of the fighters keeping an eye out.
Or you could do it like again. You got multiple days. You could do it tomorrow night. You don't have to do it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And plus,
as
we
long
wanted
as
to put the Whisperwood, me and Finn, in the area again to see if he's coming out of there.
Question, Ord. If we try following the thing to the asteroid and we don't get there by the end of the night, can we instead try going like perpendicular to chart a course to the asteroid from one side and then go in the opposite direction to chart course from the other side to try and, like when you look with both your eyes at something to see how far it is away?
Yeah, but you're basically going to be looking at lots and lots of time, lots of calculations, dealing with things that are moving.
Yeah.
We're in an asteroid belt, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like 1,000,001 asteroids.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you could try for a continuance, but there's no guarantee that you'll get a continuance because you do have to give a reason.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was thinking at least all right. Well, if we go do this beforehand and we get delayed, then we've got a problem coming back. If we don't get delayed, we're fine coming back. But if it's getting too close to the trial, we might be better off doing the trial and then going straight out after the trial.
Well, we have 4 days. We could go out tomorrow night. If we don't, we go back. If we do, we mark its location and we go back to Bral.
Yeah.
And then we take care of the first trial date, and then we leave after that to go insult them. To give us at least a week.
The other thing that might be worth figuring out is the area near Bellis's shop the only place where Maris can appear?
He can appear anywhere. It's just a question of how familiar is he and how risky is he willing to be with his teleport.
That's why I want to put down the Whisperwood to see if he's constantly using that place or if he's going through another place.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, if we can have some way of detecting if he's arriving there, that would be useful.
I mean, me and Finn were both gonna do it, but Finn's not here.
Yeah, but he had indicated that's also the kind of thing that just because someone's not here, I'm okay with having them do if it's a preparatory thing that they've already talked about. The bigger thing is more if a combat happens and they're not participating really.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to be seen as just a roster of spells that you can use when they're not here kind of thing. But he had definitely talked about that, so I'm perfectly fine with him putting down a Whisper Ward even though he's not here.
Battery pack.
Yeah, he's in Whisper Ward as well.
He might be in the chat.
Probably is. He said he was watching from the hospital bed.
Play by chat.
I don't know if he was actively watching now, but
I mean, he's recovering, so I don't want to assume anything. That
if he speaks up, no one knows.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
And
There you go.
Uh,
He's fine with the whisper wall.
yeah, he's fine. There was a question I had for Solas.
Mhm.
What if you use that seeming spell to make us all look like kids, and we try and find Maratsu again?
I can only make us look 1 foot shorter.
Yeah,
It's
Braxton.
not. It's not.
bunch of teenagers.
Braxton does not like this spell.
It doesn't change your real height. It just changes your appearances.
But Braxon is vain. He doesn't like to appear shorter than he is.
Yeah, when Braxton gets a ring of 3 wishes, he's going to be saying, "I wish I was a little bit taller."
Congrats, you are now 0.1 inches taller.
Yeah.
I'll find an
Is there a
artifact that
way
does.
of Is there a way of putting permanency on the enlarge spell?
Generally not, no.
I thought enlarge was something you could make permanent, but it was only for creatures.
Maybe, I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Right now,
Permanency-
right now
Yeah, it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
this is like
There's a lot of vulnerabilities of being that size larger as well, so you
yeah.
take more
let's-
damage.
Let's stay in the moment.
So, what are you guys thinking? What do you like? You've got half a day left, basically.
well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see about getting some Norse runestones commissioned to use for augury stuff later.
Okay.
We're busy figuring out stuff.
I mean, you could definitely swing by someplace and get that started. Let me look to see if the spell says anything about time. Does not. So what I will go for is a week, I think, because it is 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Actually, out of curiosity, could I make them for him if he gives me the what he wants?
I think
Because I have relative proficiencies.
I think
I just
that
don't
this
have
is,
his religion.
Yeah, this is something that I think someone. Well,
As long as he guides me with what he needs, I can be the physical.
I think
crafter
that
of the object.
because it's 1,000 gold pieces, they need to be of exacting precision and design, which definitely can be communicated to an artisan, but then you'd have to be spend your time doing nothing but making that for the next week, kind of thing.
Well, depends if he wants something custom from yours truly, or if he wants to get someone else to do it.
I respect your work, but I don't want to occupy your time when you could be busy helping with something. So
Good
I'd rather
call.
get a professional to do it. So I
Hello.
don't bog down all your time.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even be able to go to the go to court, which, like, not all of you have to be there. You like one representative of the company needs to be there minimum.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I'll just
Ockar
put
heads
money on
off
that.
to get that commissioned. You can go talk to your lawyer about seeing what he thinks of a continuance.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like our more retainer cost for advice. How do we got a vague idea of how much this is costing us? You must be keeping.
I'm keeping track. Yeah, I'm keeping track.
Isn't that in thousands by now? Multiple thousands.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'd have to calculate. Like, I have the hours. I haven't calculated out
Oh,
what the
right,
cost is.
yeah, that's fine.
It's fine. You guys said let's go with the expensive NPC.
No, I don't mind. It's coming out of company funds, and I know our company's got more than enough money for this. So it was just more of a. a backhand remark of the GM's way of getting us to spend more money.
I think it's our own way of getting us to spend more money.
Cheapskates, I feel.
I mean, he's on our retainer at the moment, so make the most of him, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to go and ask?
guess.
Yeah, Braxton will go and ask. I don't know if everyone else wants to.
Okay.
I need to
curious.
sneak into Bolus's shop and place the Whisper Ward, and those same Finners as well. I got a polymorph for that.
So Finn and yourself will go put up the Whisper Wards. Ockar is going to go get the Runestones commissioned. So Solas and Leva, do you want to go with Braxon, or do you want to go do something else?
No, I'll go with Lever will go with Braxon.
Okay. Solas?
I think Solas is not going with Braxon. Solas is preparing for potentially making a morning stakeout for the Bella's shop.
Morning stakeout.
Yeah,
do you
if I see the Marucho coming out.
Right. Well, it's
Even if
noon
you
right
put
now, so you've kind of missed the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, for tomorrow's morning.
Okay, so you're going to head back to the ship to get early rest?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Braxon, you, Leva, and yourself head to the your barrister's office and ask about continuance, and he says, "Well, it's always possible, but there needs to be a good reason for it. Is there a reason that you can supply?"
Well, the reason is there's a creature called Morazzo who was controlling Bellis and trying to get Bellis to influence the person who's suing us. And we believe he has a lair in an asteroid close to Bral and would like to have a little bit of time to try and hunt him down without offending the court by not turning up to the following hearing the week later.
But do you have any proof of this that I could supply the court? And an indication of how long it will take?
We don't have anything collaborating from the watch, do we?
No, but aren't we allowed to talk about this talk to the death now, to the dead? So
Yeah,
we
we
could tell
can.
them that if we have witnesses that that know that what we're asking is the truth.
You mean the corpses?
No, I think he means the
Yes,
people that were
no,
there
not
when
the
we talked to the
corpses, but the
corpses.
guards that were with us. The guards that were with us.
Yeah, well, I don't
I
know
took
whether
notes.
the prince's people would be willing.
Yeah,
to
you
go
would
on
definitely
record.
have. I'm fine with saying like you asked if any of them would be able to be called, and Martin Rom would have told you no,
Yeah.
they're not getting involved.
Right. Okay. So we're basically on our own.
I mean, I
we
can
could
go
get-
and request a continuance, but with what you've told me, they would want the magistrate would most certainly want some proof.
Yeah.
So I would not be confident of getting a continuance with what you've told me.
Okay. Well then, what are the rules if we leave Bral and come back for the court case? Does that look bad?
It's entirely likely that they won't even know. As long as you're
Right.
here for the court date, If you leave, and as long as you make it back in time, it is highly likely that they won't even be aware that that happened. This isn't a
Is it
criminal
worth-
trial.
Is it worth us telling the judge that we're making a brief trip to search for evidence that could help our case?
Not at this time. If something comes up during the trial and you need a continuance at that point because you have solid belief that you will be able to get some evidence from another asteroid or another world and bring it back in a reasonable period of time, then that might be something that could get you a continuance. But at that point, at this point, if you as long as you're back by the court date, you can go wherever you want.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, one last quick question then. If we were to leave now, say, we're not going to leave now this moment, but if we were to leave now and something happened that disabled our ship and we couldn't get back on time, would you be able to go to the court and represent us without us being there?
One member of your company must be there for the trial, otherwise it will be
Right.
considered a default.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So if you think of a reason that I can provide with some proof, some evidence, just let me know and I will request a continuance.
Yeah, there's strange things afoot where things are kind of being covered up. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. So now is a good time for us to take a short break. So Lafdul and Finn will get the Whisper Words cast, and I'll talk to you guys specifically about where you want to have them
Yeah,
cast.
one of us was going to cast it on the prison cell. The other one was going to cast it on the stairway up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me actually make notes of that.
Do you know what?
Mm-hmm.
If he can teleport into the prison cell, I'm not saying he will, but if he can teleport into that prison cell or the basement, maybe you could cast runes in there that attack
Yeah,
him.
we just want to know if he's doing it first before we start laying a trap.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay. So I'll make a note of that. Solas got back to the ship. Ockar, would you be going back to the ship after getting the runes commissioned? Okay. All right. So everyone will go back to the ship after they take care of things, and we can decide what you want to do after that.
I would probably find an excuse and go to the Thieves Guild, because I probably I haven't spoken to them in a couple of days, or a day rather.
Okay, so you'll be a little bit late getting back to the ship compared to everyone else then. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I got one.
We'll deal with that after the break then.
I got one last thing I might want to look for on the way back, but I could talk about that after the break.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the audience in suspense. And find out if I remember in 10 minutes.
Well, make yourself a note then. All right, so
we'll do that.
I don't know. That's a recommendation. It's up to him. So we will be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Good time to get something to eat or drink, and we will see you shortly.
See you on the other side.